What's up, everyone? Welcome to Awaken 24 podcast. I'm Eric Levy, your host, and this is an early version because it is 6:50 in the morning. I'm making breakfast, and after waking up about 5:45 and exercising, and I sat there thinking, holy crap, I had a very interesting dream last night, and the interesting dream was remnants of what I had valued 10, 15, even 20 years ago with a certain group of people. And why I want to say or talk about this type of feeling is because it's a very core component of the kind of person I used to be, kind of person that valued the wrong kinds of people. In my dream, the person that I had used to hold in high esteem didn't say much to me, except looked at me with sorrowful eyes. And that person I saw maybe 3 or 4 times in my lifetime. But they were part of a group of people that I was associated with and was kind of held in high esteem through everybody else. For me, though, I always tried to reach into a deeper aspect of people and try to understand them. So in that, I connected with them. And with this person, I did too. However, because we had a similar cultural understanding and a similar concept of thinking, or an idea of thinking, he had a little bit of regard as to how he treated me. It wasn't very negative. Person always came to me with very positive ideas for my own personal growth. And I thought that was pretty awesome out of the whole group of people who just sucked. Basically. And what this dream had pointed out or played out was, here is one person who showed me value and gave me insight, and around him were the people in my dream. Remember, this is all in my dream. Who around me were the people who always made fun and talked me down whenever I wanted to grow. So if I was learning, let's say, Mandarin Chinese, I tried to learn it on my own when I was in my early 20s, but never got further than 3 months until I moved to China, and then I just went full-on straight learning it myself through talking and just immersion. When I would learn Chinese, everyone would make fun of me. Oh, you want to be Chinese? Oh, you think you're Chinese? Oh, you're this. Oh, you're that. Oh, you're weird. You're this. You're that, right? Whenever I would read, whenever I would do something or take on an activity that showed quote unquote sophistication, or just showed that I was moving up or becoming better than I was the day before, the people around me would actually use that as fuel to put me down. You'll never get far. You're just an idiot. You're just a kid. You don't know what you're doing. Blah, 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 all the time. And though I still pushed, a small little portion in my mind, in my body, in my brain, always kept what they said. And it valued it, because these are the people who before would make fun of me were of value. Now, we always say, don't listen to people make fun of you. Funny. Try doing that when you're a teenager, into your 20s, into your 30s. And I tell you, it's not that you can't ignore people who make fun of you. It's just that a part of you actually believes. So you see, it's not that they make fun of you and they influence your life. It's that you actually believe that a part of you is just as true as they say. You doubt yourself. Where does it come from? It doesn't come from the people who are in your face. I mean, they're giving you the present of self-doubt right in your face. However, the only way you can accept that present, the only way you can accept that criticism and make it true in your mind, in your body, in your brain, is if you, at some point as a kid, teenager, had people like that on the onset right away in your life saying, hey, you're never going to accomplish this. Oh, it's just a phase. Oh, you're not that good. Oh, you should go do something else because you can't really make it. Oh, your project or your friends or your activities or your ideals and interests is not reality. Okay, it could be anything: playing piano, guitar, art, writing, typing. In the old days, from my old days, which is in the 80s, was typing and writing. Okay, anything. So when you have these deep-rooted influences as a child, from your childhood, they will act as little grabbers. They want to be fed. They want to be nourished. So how do they get nourished? They get nourished by attracting people through your own activity, through your own personality. They attract, because when they influence you in your mind, in your personality, in your characteristic, it happens very, very slowly. It happens so subtly. It happens when you don't even realize it happening. And that's the messed up part. The messed up part is you don't even feel like it's happening, but you recognize that something's wrong and you really can't put your finger on it. Why? Because you didn't really give it much thought. You see, everything we encounter influences us. It could be a negative influence, it could be a positive influence. The fact is that it influences us. And in that influence, we direct our life based on those types of influences. That sucks. We don't realize it until we're in a shitty situation, or we are in a totally awesome, positive situation full of growth and development. So for me, when I woke up this morning, the first thing in my head, if you're following my podcast, the first thing that comes to my mind is, day is mine. It's awesome. This is my fucking day. No one's going to ruin it. No one's going to take it away. This is all me, right? And I love that, because why? It puts power in my hands. It doesn't take shit away from me. If it took anything away from me, it's only because I myself did not have enough focus and power and momentum in the things which bring me better development, growth mindset. So I woke up, and then the influence of this dream, the emotional influence, the mental influence, was present. And it said, wow, the people I valued really sucked when I was younger. And I can't believe I gave them my attention. I can't believe I gave them my energy, my person, and valued their shit thoughts about who I was. Like, really, man? Did I really have to do that? See, in hindsight, we look back and we say, wow, man, I can't believe you did that crap. And then when we're in it, we have no clue. We have no clue. We just don't realize. So this podcast really is about how you're going to realize what is that which brings you down. First, keep a checklist. Write on this checklist the people who don't value me, against your own observation, because you might feel good towards them. You might make excuses for them. But let me tell you something. If you're trying to pick yourself up, you have to immerse yourself in the great power of positive thinking. However, it's the great power of positive doing, which is really the kicker. That's really the thing that's going to kick you in your ass and make you do. So you can think good, and you have to do the good. Think good about yourself and do those things which equate that goodness in your thinking. You have to. If you don't do what equals what you're thinking, you are just wasting your time. It's like putting on fresh clothes and then they get dirty and then you have to change your clothes again. And every time you have to do that, you're never really making it last. So if you're in a position where you want to change and figure out what is it that holds you back, what is it about you that is doubting yourself, make a list. Just do a checklist. This is how you track your mind. Okay? Just for right now, get a piece of paper, write on who does not value me. The first person that you write should be you. Right away. Just say, myself. Put your name down. So you can make tangible what you are saying to you. Then, number 2, the next person you believe. Make it so petty. They make fun of me. They could be your best friend. They make fun of me. Okay. Then go to the next person and the next person. And just make a short list. 5, 6 people. Why? Because you can go a list about 30. They probably are dead, or they moved away and they haven't bothered you in a long time. They haven't talked to you in a long time. So just make a list of 5 immediate people that fuck around with you. And you are number 1. Okay. After, you're going to change how you view them. Right next to their name, you're going to write something positive about them. Because when you start seeing negative in other people, you will start to put that onto you. It transfers onto you. oh, this person's an asshole, that person's an asshole. You start to become in a negative egotistical way. Okay, that negative egotism is, I'm better than everyone else. They don't know me, nobody understands me, and you just can't reach my level of sophistication or my level of growth. No, you don't want that. Just think something positive about them. And then you're going to realize how they saw you, how they reacted to you when you were doing certain things in your life. And you can go, you know what? This person is just that way. They don't know to change. They don't realize what they influenced me on. But really, number one person is myself. I'm the one that accepted. I'm the one that gave them the excuse to be this way. It is all my fault. Let me change me. Instead of seeing them as, oh, they did this to me, see them as, that's all they can do for themselves. Don't put you in the equation as you are the focus of their whole life. They wanted to make your life miserable. You know what? You don't put yourself in the victim position. No victim mindset here. All your fault. Straight up, and that's it. End of story. So, you made your list. You change how you see those people. Don't make excuses for what they did. Just say something nice about them and write it down. Oh, thoughtful. Oh, considerate. Okay? But from what you observe them as, not from what they gave you. How did you see these people? Write that down. In so doing, you empower something called humility, empathy, and you start to become more self-aware because you're not going to give yourself a pedestal. You're just seeing the good in other people. But understand, you might see these people who hurt you as nice and good. However, you must be wise enough not to keep these types of people in your life if they're constantly being negative. They have their own issues. You're just in there as a target for their issues. You're like a mirror for them, but they don't actually look in their mirror. Look at their mirror, okay? You do. You're number one, first person on your list, and then you just make a checklist of 5 more people and start saying something nice about them. Don't say anything about yourself, though. Nothing. This is, I screw myself up. 2, this person made fun of me. What's their name? You write their name down. 3, this person always saw me as negative, so let me write their name down too. This person always saw me as, lazy and always made fun of me for being, whenever I took my time on something. Okay, good. Put that down. Now, are those criticisms true? If they are, put on another list that says, I need to change this. If the criticism isn't true, don't do anything. Just write something nice on them. Like generally, just write something nice about these people, make a second list. Is it true list? It is true. I have to change this. So you have 5 things that need to change or 3 things that need to change, and you start working on those small things. And you start to find that this builds up a cycle of development, growth, and it'll make your life better. You have to take the momentum of value from the people who've always put you down, from the people who've always brought you down, the people who've always saw you in a negative light. Whether or not it was true, just people saw you in a negative light, and have to take away that value from them so you can grow. Now, if their criticisms were true or had some truth to it, look at it. Change it. Don't be angry that they made you feel a certain way. Actually, the only way you can feel a certain way about something is if you value that specific thing. Then that thing mirrors your value. If it's a negative criticism and it has no constructive criticism to it, then don't value it. But if it is a criticism that has constructive value, where you can make yourself better, it's pointing out something about you that you failed at, something that you just always made mistakes on, then use it to find out what you need to get better at. What is it in our society that we put down when we put ourselves down when we have a mistake? Like, I have students in school that make fun of the students who are smart because they know what they're doing. Oh, they're just so showing off, they're really gloating about them getting the right answers. Like, no, they just raised their hand, got the right answer, and smiled because they were proud of themselves. Why would you make fun of other people for actually doing hard work, for actually studying, for actually knowing what they're talking about, for actually being engaged in class? And they just look at me with the silly face on, like, oh, well, we didn't realize that. That's their answer. We didn't understand that. We didn't realize what you were saying. So that's what I'm saying. You're making fun of a girl or a guy who actually knows what the hell's going on in class. You see? This type of, negative talk happens when we're little kids. Happens in school. I've seen it in my schools. I've seen it in every schools. You can see that. So, it doesn't change when we become adults. It just becomes more sophisticated. It just becomes different. Different package. Same shit. So, watch what you value, because what you value will give you that same thing. If you value negative talk about yourself from other people, or even doing it to other people, you will in kind get it back, because that's what you value. It has nothing to do with some fantastical, mysterious law of karma, because that's not actually a mystery. I've been saying it for 20 years. Karma, or even more, karma is just action. You do something, and that builds momentum, and that's what you're going to experience. It's really simple. It's not like some magical, mystical person sitting on some cloud going, oh, this guy's a dick, let me just throw some rain on him. Okay, well, this person said bad words about the other girl, oh, that guy's gonna have some suffering. No, it doesn't work like that. It's strictly, you do this A, B, C, and D, you built up momentum towards that action. In your mind, you are going to attract things that are like that. You're going to do things that equate what it is you value. It's really simple, man. Or girl. Anyway, be well. This is an early podcast. I hope you have a great day, a beautiful weekend. Questions, comments, email Eric, ERIK, at awaken24.com. That's the numbers 24. Okay? Website, awaken24.com. And that's it. Be well. I just finished cooking breakfast. So, wish you all a fantastical day. Peace.
The podcast you just heard was made using Anchor. Ever thought about making your own podcast? Anchor